In this video, I'm super excited to share with you the magic key to all personal and spiritual growth. So if you're someone who has even a passing interest in growing yourself personally or spiritually, then you're going to need to understand what I'm talking about in this video. And if you can implement the practices which I'm going to be sharing with you at the end, then it's actually going to speed up your personal and spiritual growth by 10 or even 20 times. So I'm not exaggerating when I say this is the magic key to all growth, all human growth. And what is it? What's the magic key? I'll share it with you right now. The magic key to all personal growth is witnessing. You are only as personally developed as your ability to witness the present moment is. So the stronger and more developed your witnessing capacity is, the more developed you will be as a human being in virtually every single domain, in your spiritual growth, in your understanding, your intellectual understanding of life and reality, in your emotional management skills, in your relationships, in your art, in your creativity, and in many more things which we're going to be talking about. Basically, every single area of your life is determined by your capacity to witness the present moment. And good news, all human beings can grow and strengthen their ability to witness reality. What do I mean when I say witnessing? All I mean is your ability to observe your emotions and your thoughts in a neutral way without getting sucked in and attached to them. You see, normally when we have a thought, normally if we like the thought, we want to go after it. We chase it. We desire it. But if we don't like the thought, we want to avoid it or repress it, shove it underneath the rug into the dark corner. This is true for basically every single experience you have. If you like it, you want to bring it into you. If you don't like it, you want to push it away from you. Or if it's neutral, you basically just ignore it. So this is true for any emotions. If you feel a positive emotion, you want to bring it in. If you feel a negative emotion, you want to push it away. Or if you feel a neutral emotion, you just ignore it and you don't really react to it in any way. Those are the three reactions we have to thoughts and emotions. All right? If you can observe all emotions and thoughts neutrally, without this tendency to draw it into you, or push it away from you, or ignore it if it's neutral, if you can just observe with clarity and attention every single thought and emotion, every single experience that you have, then you're going to become an extremely personally developed human being, and you're going to have an extremely rich and satisfying life. You're going to be literally in the top 1% of all human beings. All right, so what are the actual practical applications of this information that we've been talking about here? I have a long list for you. When you're able to develop your witnessing ability, that it will help you with shadow work, where you can actually go into the dark corners of your mind, all the parts that you've repressed, the parts of yourself that you don't like, that you prefer to hide in the closet. Those repressed parts come out in ugly ways in your life. They come out in the forms of self-consciousness, self-judgment, self-sabotage as well. If you have a huge shadow and you go talk to someone that you want to get a date with, then your energy is still going to be holding all of this repressed shadow material, and that other person is going to feel that off of you. But if you do shadow work, which I have a whole video about, you can kind of release that shadow material and own it and accept it and witness it. Instead of hiding it, we're actually just witnessing it and allowing it to be there. That develops you big time as a human being, and it just improves your energy overall, makes you a much better, much more fun to be around. Also, if you can witness your emotions and your thoughts, that helps you with anger management as well. If you're someone who gets angry really easily and you blow up, which I used to do a lot in the past, one of the biggest tips that people give you for anger management is just pause and take 3 breaths. Why is that the best tip? Pause and take 3 breaths. The reason why is because you're actually giving yourself space to witness your emotions. Normally, when we feel any emotion, we become sucked into the emotion, and it actually becomes who we are. But when you're able to, let's say, do meditation and just watch the emotion, like a cloud passing in the sky, just witness it, then you're no longer identified with it. You just allow it to be there. You don't try and get rid of it. You don't try and go deeper into it. You just let it be there. And that gives you power over it. Because normally, let's say you feel the emotion of anger, normally it sucks you in and then it becomes you. You actually become anger. I am angry. See? That's when your emotions and your thoughts have control over you. But if you can just witness it by pausing, taking 3 deep breaths, this feeling of anger goes from I am angry to there's anger. Which is completely different, because when you notice, oh, there's anger, you now have the choice of whether or not you want to act on it. Whereas before, when you're identified with it, when I am angry, you have no choice. It just kind of takes control of you. And that also happens with your addictions as well and your bad habits. If you have trouble quitting eating junk food, or quitting playing video games, and that's something that's sucking and draining a lot of your energy, the reason why is just because you haven't developed your ability to witness. Your witnessing capacity isn't strong enough. You get a thought, a craving, and you immediately become identified with it. Or even if, let's say, you are playing video games, you judge yourself. You criticize yourself, you guilt yourself for engaging in this activity that you want to do. And then when you judge and criticize yourself, that makes you feel bad. And then when you feel bad about yourself for, let's say, watching a bunch of porn or eating a bunch of junk food or playing a bunch of video games, and you feel bad about yourself, that keeps you in a low vibration. And that's going to actually fuel the habit. That's going to make you want to do it more. Or if you get angry at yourself and you force yourself to quit. I'm never going to do this ever again. Never going to masturbate ever again for the rest of my life. This kind of radical action, you're taking this from a reactive place. And that never works. It always ends up self-sabotaging itself, and it always ends up being a yo-yo, where it goes up and down, where sometimes you quit, but then you relapse, and then you quit, and then you relapse. The only way to quit an addiction for good is to develop your witnessing ability, to add meditation into your life, to add awareness and consciousness into your everyday life. Normally, we try and quit bad habits and addictions by eliminating the behavior from our life. But what I found works for me a lot better, I've been able to quit all kinds of addictions. This was a big problem for me when I was 16 years old. What I found works for me after hitting my head against the wall a million times, I realized that instead of forcing myself to quit, instead I should add some awareness and consciousness and witnessing capability into my life and just let my habit just do its thing. Just let it be. Oh, if I want to eat a bunch of junk food, okay. Just let it happen. But include the witnessing, the awareness, and the consciousness. And you'll find after a while, if you're eating a piece of chocolate cake in full consciousness, you might like it at first, but after the 10th time, you might realize, oh, wait a second, every time I eat this, it causes me to be tired, it causes my stomach to hurt, and honestly, the 10 seconds of pleasurable taste in my mouth isn't worth the 5 hours of stomach pain and lowered energy. So then the quitting becomes natural and organic. You don't have to force yourself to do it. It's just like you have to genuinely realize, oh wait, I think that chocolate cake is pleasurable. But with more awareness, I realize that chocolate cake isn't as pleasurable as I thought it was. It's actually painful. It's painful to do this bad habit. I tell myself that I like it or that, it's pleasurable, that I have to deny myself pleasure, but you're really not denying yourself of anything. When you engage in the habit, let's say you're smoking cigarettes, when you engage in the habit, you think you're denying yourself of the pleasure from the nicotine, but really what you're doing is you're denying yourself the health and the good feelings of not being addicted to cigarettes. You can only have this realization by strengthening your witnessing capacity. Also, when you become a better witness to your life and you're not actually attached to your thoughts and emotions, but you just let them pass, you just observe them with interest, with curiosity, without personal involvement. You just watch. This helps you discover your passion. This helps you learn more about yourself. You can actually start to watch yourself during the day and actually keep an eye out for what are those activities that light me up and make me excited and passionate. What are my strengths? What's my personality type? When you're able to observe yourself and your own tendencies, you're able to actually learn about yourself, learn what you're good at, what you're passionate about. Also, when you strengthen your witnessing capacity, that just helps you understand life a lot deeper, with more clarity. Because this witness is present in all of us. All of us have the same witness. It's not like my witness is different than your witness. Witnessing is the same. Awareness is the same within all people on earth, even animals as well. It's the same awareness. The total amount of souls in the universe is one. The I am that's in me is the same I am that's in you. It's exactly the same. There's no difference. It's just empty, formless witnessing. It's the same intelligence, the same clarity, the same sharpness. When you understand your own mind, your own emotions, and your own soul, you just understand the actual structure of reality a lot deeper. You have more penetrating insights. And then that just helps you live a better life and help other people do that as well. Also, when you improve your witnessing capability, that also improves your psychedelic trips a million times. Like a million times. Because all of these colors, sounds, thoughts, feelings in the body, normally when you trip on psychedelics, people get overwhelmed with all these emotions and thoughts and ideas and colors. They get overwhelmed. But if you're a good witness and you're not personally involved with every single experience that passes through the screen of your awareness, then the psychedelic trip goes a million times better, because you just watch and allow everything to happen, and you can just enjoy the show. It's like you're watching a movie. It's a lot easier to enjoy the movie when you know that your personal life isn't at risk when the character on the screen is being chased by a psycho murderer. The movie's more enjoyable when you can just watch that without being personally involved. Now, in real life, obviously, if you're being chased by a psycho murderer, you should probably run away. But if you're a really good witness, like an amazing witness, you can run away from the psycho murderer and not even be scared and not even suffer. Or you can still be scared, but you won't suffer your fear. You'll just feel it and you'll just run. You'll actually be a lot better at getting away because you're not going to trip over the garbage can and let him catch up to you. This witnessing ability has this kind of sharp, clear, aware, compassionate, loving quality to it. This awareness that's in you now, it's right here. This is within all of us. And the more you can connect to this witness, the more you're able to grow yourself. The people like Ken Wilber, who are really into these psychological models of development that I explained in the beginning, they said that normally it takes a human being 5 to 10 years to move up one stage. So to move from stage 4 to stage 5, normally that takes 1 year, 5 or 10 years. But if you can develop your witnessing capacity and make it really, really strong, then this will only take you maybe a year. From 4 to 5 might only take you 1 or 2 years. So you can grow entire stages of development that take most people 10 years. It'll take you only 1 or 2 years. Because again, growth literally is witnessing and self-reflection. It's about a subject becoming an object. Something you used to be identified with is now an object of your awareness. You're able to watch it without becoming it. Also, witnessing improves your ability to self-reflect, to question your own worldview, to have a more accurate take on reality, which is useful. Witnessing allows you to understand yourself deeper and other people deeper as well. It helps you see your own self-biases. Most people have beliefs about the world, like politics. They have some political view, but they don't really self-reflect on it. They just kind of absorbed it as a thought and they just took it to be true. They haven't questioned it and contemplated it and even tested it. So the more perspectives you're able to take, the more accurate your view of the world is. It's like you just have a bird's eye view. You can see more of the land. Also, when you can witness more, you actually increase your love and acceptance of other people. Because what the opposite of love and acceptance is selfish attachment, personal bias. And that comes from identification with thought and emotions. When you think a thought, you think you are the thought. That's a personal egotistical bias that you have, and that's the opposite of love. If you want to be unconditionally loving, like a spiritual master like Ramana Maharshi, where people fly across the world just to come sit beside you because you literally radiate a palpable aura of love, if you want to be like that, you need to get rid of self-bias. Or you need to actually not get rid of it, but you need to detach from it and witness it so that it doesn't become you. Also, witnessing decreases your self-judgment Wouldn't it be nice just to be nice to yourself instead of being harsh and judgmental of yourself? Wouldn't it be nice just to forgive yourself in all moments? A lot of people struggle with that. Also, witnessing improves your groundedness as well. You're going to be more grounded. You're actually going to be here in the moment. That's what feels good. Have you noticed that that's what you actually want? What you actually want is to be grounded in the moment. A lot of people watch a lot of porn or eat a lot of food. And the reason why is because they actually want to ground their energy. They want to bring their energy down. They want to be in their body. And food helps a lot of people do that. And porn helps a lot of men do that. But what if you could be in your body without food or porn? You can just be present and grounded. Witnessing also improves your pain tolerance as well. Like if you take an ice cold shower and you're able to actually meditate and just witness the pain and not react to it, just witness it, you can actually push yourself a lot more than you normally would be able to. Also, witnessing helps you disidentify with thoughts that cause anxiety, depression, restlessness. If you're struggling with anxiety or depression, the problem is because you're not actually aware of your own thoughts. You just let them control you. Also, witnessing allows you to channel as well. You can channel spiritual insight or universal intelligence. You can channel that through your words, through your writing, through your painting, through your dancing, through your singing, through your interactions with people, through any vehicle. You can channel universal intelligence by detaching from your selfish ego and just resting in pure witnessing. That allows God's wisdom to channel through you, which is very useful, I'm sure you can imagine. Improving your witnessing also actually heightens your senses. So if you meditate a lot, you might notice you can actually see clearer. You can actually hear better. You can actually taste with more distinctions. You can smell better. It actually improves your senses because, again, the witness, the awareness has this sharp, clear, lucid kind of quality. It's what you are. It's here. It's present. When you can hone this and develop this, it's like, kind of makes you like a superhuman. All right, so what are the practices for improving your witnessing? Number one practice is Vipassana meditation, which I've made a free training for. You can click the link in the description to view that and to practice witnessing your breath, witnessing the present moment. Vipassana meditation has changed my whole life. I've practiced it for years. Also, journaling is very powerful as well. Journaling allows you to turn a subject in your mind, this thought that's in your mind, you can put it out onto the paper. And once it's on the paper, you can witness it. You can see it on the paper. The subject, the lens that you were looking out from, you can actually take the lens off and look at the lens. That's how all growth works. Journaling helps a lot with that, where you just write down your feelings without a filter. Just write down how you feel. Also, yoga, being in your body, even cold showers as well are great ways to improve your witnessing capability. And lastly, psychedelics are an amazing way to improve your witnessing capacity. Mainly though, guys, meditation, and even journaling and psychedelics. Those are really the three main ones. Any practice that raises your consciousness and your awareness will help you grow genuinely, vertical growth. See, a lot of people do like guided meditations where you're like manifesting your ideal partner or you're like manifesting more money. That's it. That's not, you're not actually growing yourself as a person. If you want an ideal partner or you want more money, you need to grow yourself as a person. You need to actually embody higher state emotions, which come from a greater ability to take more perspectives, to not judge and criticize yourself as much. The only way to do that is to actually witness yourself. And I find that Vipassana meditation is a million times more effective than all these like manifestation visualizations, because you're actually becoming the witness, and that's really the key. It's not flashy. It's not gonna promise you $1 million, right? Which is why not as many people do it, as opposed to like these guided visualizations. Like, oh, you do this for 20 days, you get $1 million. Like, yeah, sure. The Vipassana is much better, and it's what's so great about it is that since it's kind of boring sometimes, that means nobody else is doing it. So if you can be the one person that's doing it, then you're gonna pull ahead big time in this kind of growth journey. You're gonna grow a lot more than other people are. Then you'll be able to help other people grow as well. And in the long run, that'll actually reward you with more money and relationships. All right. So that's all I have to say here. This was the magic key to all personal growth, which is improving your witnessing capacity. All human beings can grow and strengthen their ability to witness. And when you can detach from a thought or an emotion and just observe it neutrally, that really speeds up your ego development, and it also just gives you all these benefits that we just went over. All right, guys, I have to go. If you want to get that free guided Vipassana meditation, just click that first link in the description. That will dramatically improve your witnessing ability. And besides that, I'll see you in the next video.